Yeah. Hello.
Sir.
Yeah. Is
Continue,
it
sir.
okay now,
Continue.
sir?
Yeah.
Right,
Audible, sir.
sir.
Audible.
Audible.
Okay.
Some network troubles. I'm sorry.
Yes,
Right.
yes, sir. No problem, sir. No problem. It's a common.
Right. Right. So
Yes, yes.
actually we are talking about data mining with big data, and this
Sir,
was, as I told
share
you.
your PPT.
Yeah. I
Share
am.
your
Yeah. I'm
PPT, sir.
sorry. I'm sorry.
Uh,
I'm sorry. Right. Yeah. Is it okay, sir?
no,
No,
sir.
sir. No, sir.
No, no. Now, okay. Now sharing.
Okay.
Now it's coming, sir. Okay. Continue, sir.
Now it's okay.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Right. Is it okay, sir? Yeah. So
Yes, sir.
this was as I told. Thank you, sir. Thanks a lot. So as I told you, this was the first set of research papers which were being published on big data, where they use the Hayes theorem, which talks about the heterogeneous data being collected from autonomous sources, and this was the first set of paper which actually compares between data mining and big data, how data mining differs from, or how data mining evolves into big data. So they have used a word, very good and interesting word, saying that it is a complex evolving relationship. So this was a paper which initially talked about which exists between data and how it can be supported for the changeable environment as a part of your analysis. So this again, big data primarily talked about streaming, and where data mining was not much into streaming or never was into streaming. So the collection of data was pretty large, and as what we have seen in the earlier session, it was highly unstructured, but processed and cleaned data. So different types of databases were being integrated, and this was actually the first paper which tried to bring in the idea of virtualization on cloud along with big data. So let me say, for most of the researchers, the in data mining or in big data, this paper would have been highly used. So though business intelligence
Kumar, sir.
Hello? Somebody is speaking.
Sir, Hariharan here, sir. Sir,
Uh,
people are asking for
uh,
some attendance and all, and exam test link. Actually, some people have not aware of the test link and all. You can post again so that they can start attending the test also.
Sir,
Otherwise, at the last minute, they
at-
would ask
attendance
you, sir. I think,
already.
because
Attendance
new people
already.
are coming in the chat box.
No, sir. Listen, attendance already submitted. 116 people submitted. 116.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Okay,
Uh,
okay, sir. Sorry,
maybe
sir, if
few
I'm asking.
people,
I'm
few
telling
people,
you,
they may
you
have
put the
some
test
problem with
links
their
address.
devices. Even them also,
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
I will help them. No problem. Let them mail me. Let them
Okay, sir.
call me, or let them message me personally, so that I will. I am for me no problem to share. I am sharing number of times, sir. But it may be a problem with
Okay,
their
sir.
end. Maybe devices problem.
Okay.
Okay,
Because they are
already
simply worrying about the attendance instead of worrying about the test link.
already 116 people submitted. No need to worry. I am here always to help you. Don't worry.
Okay, sir.
I will help.
Okay.
Okay.
Right, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank
Anytime you can contact me regarding these links. I will provide for me. No problem at all.
you.
Okay, na?
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Anybody can
Okay, sir.
contact me anytime if you have any issue.
Right.
I am ready to
Thank
help.
you, sir.
Okay, okay. Regarding the exam link, I sent it to all the mail IDs. I kept in the Google group and I kept in the chat box. What can I do, sir, other than that? And
Thank you, sir.
exam also submitted. Somebody exam link also working. And
Okay.
just a minute, I will check how many submitted exam. Mm, 60 members already submitted exam also. Okay, sir. If anybody have any other problems, let them call. I will answer. And there may be a problem is in their side. Maybe devices are not working properly, and they are not logging to their Gmail IDs before answering. They have to log in their Gmail IDs before answering. Anyway, I am here to help to all of you. Don't worry. Okay. Attendance also today, whoever is facing the attendance issue, you can call me or you can WhatsApp me so that I will paste the link. Okay, I can give only the link. Okay, already 116 members submitted. Maybe few members may be facing the problem. Um, how many people not submitted the attendance? Uh, Here I received 117 responses and daily around 130 to 140 responses coming. Okay, maybe 20 members maximum. Okay.
Sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Continue, sir.
Oh, I'm extremely sorry. I think the number of users are very high, and I
No,
think Google Meet Cloud is not able to
no problem,
manage.
sir. Daily there is a no connectivity problem.
Ah,
There is no. It can hold up to 250 users.
okay, right. I'll
Yeah.
find out the
Uh,
interest of the people, and we'll
no,
also do it, sir.
no
Yeah,
problem, sir. No problem. Carry
right,
on.
sir.
Carry
Right, sir. Right, sir.
on.
So I think I was talking about the overall architecture of the cloud.
No,
So
sir.
my
No,
dear,
it is disconnected around 5 minutes back.
ah, I'll try to join up again,
Share
sir.
the slide, sir. Share the
Yeah,
slide.
sharing the slide. Sharing the slide.
Okay.
Aha. Yeah, is it happening now? Sir.
How started, sir? Okay, sir.
Kumar sir.
Visible. Big data.
Sir.
Yes, sir.
I'll keep on checking with you, sir, for each
Yes,
slide.
sir. Yes, sir. You can ask, sir, any maybe 5 minutes, 10 minutes.
Yeah. I have moved much more ahead. Yeah. So I was looking into the research challenges what the big data has.
Okay, sir. Okay.
So I think I don't know whether this was checked out. So big data actually links up with the different aspects of research. Though in application aspects, we may talk about the data mining and business intelligence, which we are using the concepts of data mining with less amount of data. But as data keep on improving, the people understood that data mining alone may not be enough. We have to look into highly predictive data. So where big data comes in, and we need to look on into streaming data because the structured data was only used for data mining. So when you go in for data mining, streaming may not be supported, and we have to primarily look into analytics along with optimization in order to improve the accuracy. So certainly predictive analytics goes on with big data, and as the size of the data keeps increasing for each and every second, the analytics of data we are now working on with the tera data and penta data. So certainly this will also be increasing, and we cannot use simple just a cloud alone as a part of this particular big data architecture. So the current demand is there for not only for unstructured data and for using the data, we have to effectively find out how to handle storing of data, because too much of storing and too much of analysis in the cloud may also reduce the chances of delay, may increase the latency effect in analysis, and certainly we have to find out different algorithms to support on with processing. Am I there, my friends? You can say yes or no, sir, in between, because
Yes,
I'm
sir.
just
Yes,
running
yes.
on with a
Continue.
slide.
Continue, sir.
Thank you, thank you, thank you,
Yes,
thank
sir.
you,
You
sir.
can
Because
continue.
sometimes only when after. Thank you, thank you. So storage and the processing alone may not be a support, though it may be a major research challenges which are lying for today's big data researchers. So these are all, I may call it as a core component of research challenges. Though we focus more on with predictive analytics, that is good for domain-based experts, but for core research-based big data analytics, now we move on towards with storage to minimize the storage and to improve the processing, where today we go on with the fog computing. As I was talking in few minutes back, I think due to network issue, it might have been missed out. We call it as a loss of data. So this also happens in networking. Suddenly, any part of your network component may not be working. So this loss of data may impact data analytics in a major way. This is again redundant missing data. So to support on with missing, let me say in real-time streaming is a very complex issue. So today you tell me, sir, Arun Kumar, sir, you have lost the connection. I come back, I do it. But in environmental data, we cannot collect the old data again. So checking out with fog computing, which is as a part of the today's research, is a good component of approach which needs to be stressed on and to be need for putting into analysis. So the very good network today we say 4G, but we are slowly moving into 5G because we need to move on into IoT. So, but other European countries, as I told back earlier, are now into 6G and 7G. Good research is being carried out in the 7G network, which we might not have really heard about. So, data handling, streaming data, maintaining the change in relationship. Please understand the relationship between fields and data may not be consistent. It will keep on updated, right? And handling fault tolerance, both of data, both of let me say processing, is a major concern. Am I there? Am I there?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Oh, thank you. Okay. Similarly, looking into processing and power handling, because let me say you deploy a IoT kit in the middle of the forest, right? So you can't go and charge up the IoT devices at each and every time. So certainly you need to go in for solar-based charging. But similarly, you also expect the device to work in the fog, in the middle of the fog, in the, right during rainfall, during in the nights, right? Because Atlantic Ocean, the behavior of animals in the Atlantic Ocean are, let me say, charged up at each and every time, and certainly handling minimal power consumption is a major task in power handling with related to big data. Similarly, with the data security and session-based security is again a major task. See, as I just told you a few minutes back, these are all major core research challenges which are available for our discussion. And the today's IoT with cloud and data, big data analytics is playing a major role. As I told you, sensor is a part of your service, and processing the data that is being collected from sensor, from devices, you as a part of your home network, and let me say as a part of the in the middle of the forest, your each and every vehicle is sending a data, and each and every mobile is giving data, and let me say your camera is giving a data. Though you are connected to your network, each and every data needs to be used for storing and for analysis. So IoT is today moving on with big data in a bigger way. So people who are looking into big data research don't look only into one component research, move into the core component of big data analytics. Sir, am I visible there?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Visible, visible.
Sir, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So we have different domains to be exhausted or to be used as a part of your IoT and big data. I think people might can I'll be possibly sharing the slide as well. You can also I'll also possibly be giving you a document where big data moves on with IoT. So today you can just search on for smart dust. This is a very innovative and new idea that is coming on with IoT with big data. And I think today's research talks a lot about quantum computing, right? So in fact, it's a domain. Let me say, I need again a day to talk about quantum computing, which most of the processors, we are moving away from nanotechnology into quantum technology. So there is a lot to be talked about that. Predictive analytics as a part of your big data, we have been talking, but using volumetric data and storing the data is a challenge. Your each and every autonomous vehicles which is on the run gives data. Similarly, mobile robots and the natural language content giving data. Your health related data, we are talking about wearable user interfaces and gamification models, which are again giving huge amount of data. That is the move you make in a game. The intelligence that is being supported over there is a part of your data. So we are moving into augmented reality, health monitoring, and cloud computing. Similarly, a lot of work is being carried out on consumer-based telematics and location intelligence. So let me say in the next more than 10 years, I have mentioned over here, what does this yellow color indicate? What does that blue color indicate? And each and every circles. So you can plan your research, let me say in this particular aspect, such a way that you can make your research to be valuable and much more interesting. So yeah, this was again one interesting paper which actually talks about research being carried out in the field of big data and the types of research which has been done. So you can find that from the year to the 1970, there are no research or very less research, very small research. But as 2000 creeps in, the number of research works which are being published in big data is keep on increasing. Similarly, in terms of conference papers and articles, and let me say, huge number of research is being carried out in major universities. So they are finding out ways how to crypt your data or how to move your data from databases to big data. And we talk more about the technological aspects of big data, as I told you, the core component of big data is more important. So I'll be just showing you some few researches being done. Yeah, let me move into it. Number one, in social networking, feed following. So how people interested in handling the social data. So as we have seen earlier, most of the, sir, am I there? Any queries?
Yes,
Yes, sir.
yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, in any queries you can interrupt me anywhere, right? So most of the search engines like Yahoo, Facebook, and all Twitters do give a lot and lot of data analytics. So in fact, your today's politics winning scenario is a major challenge that is being taken in big data analytics. I think there is one, let me say, guru who is being taken by most of the politicians for their winning strategy. I think his name is Prakash Garekar. I'm not exactly sure about his name. And he is actually using this data analytics for finding the insight of the people, how people, what people want, what are the troubles and challenges these people are looking in, and how to use this data as a possible winning strategy for the politicians. So, in fact, a good number of researches are published as a paper, and I think is now this person is now helping a lot of political people to find out the how to win and how to handle it. So this is one specific research paper, what we called as for a crop yield prediction, and for Beehive, which uses a Beehive approach for agricultural data set. We call it as a CRY. This paper is called as a CRY, and this work is being carried out along with my research students. And this paper is actually using a Beehive modeling approach, right? So we use a very simple Beehive modeling approach. You can find out the way how bees store their honey as in their hive. So this is a swarm intelligence approach. This work actually helped us. This idea actually helped us a lot to improve optimization, to support on optimization, to improve the possibility of crop yield. So which particular type of soil and which particular soil pH value, the crop sensitivity region, the rainfall in a particular location, the humidity in a particular location, do support on improving the crop yield. So we use the idea of Beehive. Anyone have already used Beehive? Any idea from anyone? Any of my good friends there have used Beehive or any other optimization technique? Taslima ma'am? Any ideas from anyone? Nice idea, sir. That's okay. Thank you. Yeah, okay. But I think Prasanna David sir is there. Sandhya ma'am has done some work. Can any one of you share what work you have done in Beehive Analytics? Probably Sandhya ma'am first, Prasanna David sir next. Okay, okay, right. So I'll move into the idea how we have done this work, right? So as I told you, we have used the Beehive optimization. See, the bees do collect the honey from different flower sources. Okay. See, the very interesting phenomenon here is how bees select a location to build the hive. See, there are a lot of locations, there are a lot of trees, right? There are a lot of buildings, but the bees select only some specific location to build up their hive. So the research study suggests that the nearer the source of honey, and the maximal probability density, the bees find out the sources of honey, their hive will be nearby. Really interesting. Okay, so the distance between the beehive and the flowering source should be as optimal as possible, because let me say the flower source is very far away and the hive is from another distance. You can understand the quality of the honey might be different, and the actual way how to store the honey will be different. And at this juncture, I also wish to inform one more point. See, honey, they identify the taste of the, sorry, bees do identify the taste of the honey, right? Bees do identify the taste of the honey. They actually differentiate the beehive based on their different quality of the honey. So they don't put all honey in one hive. They categorize the beehive and they classify which honey, which particular flower of honey should be placed in which particular hive. Okay, so this is actually they follow some fitness measure where to keep which particular honey and how to relate one hive with another hive. So these are all various metrics, right? As I told you, the crop type, the soil pH value, soil type, the water pH value, humidity in a location, rainfall, the sensitivity of a crop growth, all matters over here. And we used a set of farming metrics to identify the qualitative and quantitative metrics of the crop yield. For example, the land information, which particular location, which particular crop can go well. So this should be based on the historical data. Similarly, the agronomic data, the quantitative and qualitative growth metrics of the crop, and similarly the let me say the socio-economic factors and the demographic factors which may contribute to a particular crop yield. So based on this, we have come up with a very simple pattern visualization and let me say decision-based trees to identify which particular type of clusters of crops can be linked together and what are the various features which can be used for the improving the crop yield. So this is actually one specific metric. As you can see here, we have identified a set of queries where feature selection we use the crop region and the crop yield. So where which is which particular combination do come up with a good positive best outcome. Similarly, the soil pH value, the water pH value, and possibly rainfall in a particular location. Similarly, what is the average rainfall noticed in a place? What is even the daylight intensity that is being noticed for improving the crop yield? So like this, different metrics were being used for analysis of a specific crop yield, and this we applied it over to the bee, right? So each and every bee was being classified based on their working behavior, and each we call them as scout bees. Okay, so we classify the scout bees and
Sir, disconnected. Just now. Connect again. Connect
Yeah,
again.
since you
That's
have
why I
lost,
called you. Yeah.
yeah,
Okay, sir.
you
Connect,
seem
sir.
to have lost the connection.
What, sir?
I think he
Hello?
has lost the connection.
Yeah, joining. Just inform. I informed.
Yes, sir.
I think it's our side some problem is there. Say about your marks. I think you are in attention. Don't worry about the marks. Okay, we will take attendance only in mandatory. Regarding exam, 1 or 2 members submitted. I think maybe around 20 to 30 members maybe pending. If anybody have link related problems, you can call me anytime today. I will send to your personal mail ID or your personal WhatsApp number. Oh. Sir, tell me, sir. Is it, sir? Sir, you can disconnect and try again, sir. Close it and. No problem, sir. No problem. You can join slowly. Okay. Okay, sir. Come. Am I audible to all?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. After this session, 2:30 to 3:30 soft skills session is there. After that, we have a valedictory. So that's today's schedule. So thank you all the guys for your support. And regarding the marks, you people don't worry. You will get a mark, minimum marks. Don't worry. If you have any queries, you are feel free to contact me. Okay, anytime you can contact.
Yes, good afternoon, sir.
Kalpana Rai.
No,
Is it?
this is Ponni Alai Satya from Mahalingam College.
Tell me, madam.
I need one clarification, sir. When we will complete the test,
Tell me.
sir?
Up to
When?
2 o'clock you can submit.
But we are in lunch
Hello?
break 1 to 2. Please kindly extend the time up to 3 o'clock. Means it is convenient for us, sir.
Why?
Because we are in lunch break 1 to 2.
20 questions. Lunchtime na.
Yes, sir. Yes.
20 questions only na. Generally, it will need only 20 minutes time to submit.
Yes, sir. But we have academic work also. Please kindly extend up to 3 o'clock. Means it will very comfortable to us. But now only the session is over, sir.
Now session not at over. Session will continue up to 1:30.
1:30. So half an hour is there for completing our test. Kindly extend the time up to 3 o'clock if it is convenient.
Madam.
Okay.
Madam, Ponni madam.
I think sir joined.
Yes, sir.
Sir. Audible, sir.
Is it audible, sir? Sir, able to hear. Please speak. Yes, Kumar sir.
Yes, yes, audible, madam.
Audible, sir. So we'll complete within 3 o'clock, which is convenient for us. Please kindly extend the time. One more information.
Madam, 1:30 session will, 1:30 session will over. Again, half an hour time is there. Now, that's not enough for you. Most of the people submitted.
Sir, no, sir.
Around
Some
around
academic work.
one 112 members submitted already. If you need if you have a personal problem,
Yes,
then
sir.
you
Yes,
can,
sir.
no problem.
Now I am in driving, sir, for lunch break. So I have to
Call me
complete.
later, madam. Not in this group. Okay, ma'am.
Okay, okay, sir. Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
Good afternoon, Kumar sir.
Participants, please wait. Research person is joining. I think there is some network issue from the research person side. He is trying to join. He will join soon, and we will conclude the session. Okay, this is the last technical session, and 2:30 we have a soft skills session. It may be very helpful to you to reduce your stress, and it may be on time management, I think. Exact title not yet decided, and maybe related to time management. Okay.
இன்னைக்கு நேத்தே சொன்னேன்.
Regarding that videos, it will take time, participants, because uploading in YouTube will take a more time now, because each video is 1.5 hour duration video. So it will take a more time to upload into the YouTube. So over, then I will share the YouTube link so that you can download. Currently, yesterday I given only the Google Meet link,
Sir?
Google Drive link, Google Drive
Sir?
link. Okay, sir, continue, sir. Sir,
Okay.
continue, audible.
Right. So I think I was talking about, yeah. So, sir, I think I was talking about the beehive. Am I right?
Sir, yes. Visible.
Visible, right. So we were talking about the beehive and how it
Yes,
can
sir.
be improving the crop yield. So this was my work that was being carried out. As I told you, the quality of the honey, the quality of the flour, which was being used for picking the honey, matters a lot. So these are all a set of a part of feature analysis. I mean feature selection. So feature selection carries a major role along with for the improving the predictive analytics. So you can see here the yield of the rice. Sir, am I visible? Sir?
Yes, sir. Yes, very clearly visible, sir.
Sir.
Yes.
Right, sir. Thank you, sir. So the yield of the crop, you can find we have used different metrics. One is very high, the other one is low. So we have used a window for classification. So this window helps us within what region we can get the average yield. Similarly for rice, paddy, sugarcane. So one you can find it is very high. So this is a sort of an outlier. This guy cannot be considered. So we use a common region of scope, which will give us a possibility to find out what is the average good chance of prediction. So we have used different parameters for the analysis. As I told you, the number of scout bees being used, the number of sites which are beehive sites which are being searched for analysis, and for a specific selected site, I mean the quality of the site, how many bees were being used, and the number of iterations that were being carried out. So this was a most major parameter. As I told you, the feature selection carries the importance in the prediction. So this approach we have also used for the analysis of one approach CNR tree algorithm along with a CRY algorithm, where we have collected data from different villages, and based on the crop yield for a specific crop, we have identified what is a region of improvement and where the crop yield is better. A similar approach we have also tried with customer churn analysis. So is the screen visible, my dear friends?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. So we call it as a CHUM, that is which we use for customer retention. This is for a customer churn analysis. But again, we used here a beehive classification algorithm for improving the business intelligence strategy. So one of my PhD student. Most of my works are along with my PhD student. This was published in the year 2011. And you can see here, the primary aim was to find out a classification approach to identify the variable customer interest. We also use this to identify how to improve the chances of, minimizing the chances of customer retention based on the product buying and selling behavior pattern. I think this is what we have talked in the morning, right? First session. So this idea was initially by using simple data mining. This was done by using simple data mining, and we use a decision tree approach along with the phenomenon of classification by using beehive. So again, we use a set of the possible scout bees and their search space, and train the bees to identify what may be the possibility of improving the prediction. So to have a fitness measure means we go for a better prediction. So these were the metrics that we use. You can see we have again different storage hive and repositories. And from the storage hive and repository, we moved on with improving the data discovery. So we use the food source as a major metric, and the location of the food source to the hive is important. What type of scout bees were being used for improving the required fitness measure, and where each and every food source were being put into search space. So in this particular case, the search space is nothing but the hive, or which is nothing but the cell. Okay. So the total number of bees deployed for this work, and what is the fitness measure to be obtained, we use for churn prediction analysis. Again, we carried out the work by using only simple Java program. You can see here. right? The Beehive classification, where each and every classification models were being placed. Am I visible there?
Yes, sir. Yes, yes, visible.
Okay. I'm sorry, I'm asking you this question because of the network problem. So again,
No
we
problem.
deployed a simple algorithm. Right, we deployed a simple set of algorithm, and the data actually we gathered from different sources of customer producers, and we checked out with a genetic algorithm. We find out what is the chances of customer retention based on the normal mining approach and the Beehive mining approach, where it was being found to be improved. You can find that normal mining, even though at one particular case it is improving, but after a particular time interval, the genetic algorithm based mining approach, which I use as a normal mining, starts coming down because of the larger data set, right? But whereas the Beehive keeps on increasing because it is keeping on optimizing its phenomenon of search space. So when the search space is being found to be optimized, the chances of improving actually happens over here. So after a particular time interval, you can find that it will be found to be saturated. So we used different runs of fitness measure, because we decided at one particular fitness measure may not be a right answer. So we verified with different fitness measure such a way that the retention score was improved, because accuracy of retention is very important. And this fitness measure actually has to give us a support to say that the chances of churn rate has to be accurate, because we should not take a wrong data, and even if there is a very good customer, we cannot say that customer is moving away from me. So this is again another approach which are being used for analysis. So any doubt here? Any doubts here?
No, sir. Nobody. Just funny.
Professors, you can ask. Okay, I think all are busy with their lunch.
No, sir,
maybe
no.
lunchtime.
Okay, thank you, thank you. Right. Just as the kidding end, that's all. Nothing to be worried. As I told you, I'll take the privilege, because when we start interacting, the more we learn, right? And the more the discussion keeps us always awake. Similarly, this is another approach of using big data for geographical information system, primarily for landslide, earthquake. I think one of my good friend, Dr. Venkatesan, might have already talked about this yesterday. I think he might have talked about earthquake and landslide management yesterday. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Had he talked about this? Yeah, I'm sure he might have talked. And so that because of that reason, I am slowly moving away from earthquake modeling. But please understand one more interesting scenario where big data analytics were being used were for missing airlines, Malaysian airline. I think somewhere around 10 years back, Malaysian Airlines suddenly got missed away. It had a different path, and actually it delved into the Indian Ocean. So identifying the exact location or the path the airlines might have taken earlier, right, is based on the fitness measure. So they identified exactly it is 3,200 kilometer from Australian place Perth, and the planned search area was being designated, right, which was being supported with different countries, and which was being used for analysis. So exactly from the location of tracking, the location of the Malaysian Airlines, which started moving initially, and the deviation it has taken. So here outlier analysis helped a lot, because this is a deviation measure. But this was highly helpful because they identified the exact location where the airlines lost its radar contact. So you know that the Indian Ocean is so big. we cannot search all of Indian Ocean. So they identified which particular location may be exact to carry out a search. So they identified what was the last known locations of the Malaysian Airlines flight, which had missed out from the radar, and they identified what could be the possible path which was being used for search. So they used data analytics as a part of this particular search criteria. So they actually deployed a company called as Immersat. So this people had the data, all the traditional data. They had all the traditional data, and based on the traditional data and based on the current data, the chances of outlier were being used for analysis, which was being used to the chances of a missing airline, missing Malaysian airline. So data analytics again have a larger role in, as I told you, in spatial data and other part. And the challenge of the big data, primarily we are lagging not much of big data because there is the technological bottleneck. Number one, the architecture, the new changing algorithms, as we have seen swarm intelligence and other computational algorithm to be keeping on increasing. So the approach is the technique.
डिग्री सर्टिफिकेट अच्छा
Any queries from anyone?
Sir, can I ask one question?
Oh, super. Sir,
Okay,
Hariharan sir, yes sir.
Yes, sir. Sir, regarding this Malaysian accent,
Sir, please. Sir, I'm not able to hear you.
or give me, sir, 2 minutes.
Regarding the Malaysian Airlines,
Regarding Malaysian
Supriya ma'am has suggested she is in Malaysia now. Okay.
Malaysian
Yeah, please, sir.
Malaysian Airlines accident, I have read some 2 or 3 articles which gave very much importance to hypothesis
Okay.
actually. What my query is, does really
Exactly. You are right.
yes, sir.
Yeah.
Collection of data, that is big data on this incident already happened incident would really give a decision
Ah.
to like it
Insight. They gave an insight.
because it started as an investigation
Yeah.
actually.
Ah.
Investigation for even for investigation they needed
Exactly.
data actually. They did not mention big data and all. While
Yeah.
reading big data articles,
Yeah.
research articles,
Sir,
we normally
yeah.
get some practical
Ah.
questions, sir. Practical questions. Even last week, I read some articles
good.
which says Twitter started gathering data from your WhatsApp text. Actually, Twitter's if you have a
Exactly. Even now it
if
is
you
happening.
are
Yeah.
having Twitter
Ah.
account in the same phone in which you are using the WhatsApp, it started gathering text messages which you are
Yeah.
sending through WhatsApp actually. So these type of practical questions we
Yeah.
get when
Yeah.
we analyze
Correct.
big data. My query is, what really
Exactly.
collection of data help, that is collection of data help for this Malaysian Airlines accident?
Wonderful. Sir, all research problems do start with a hypothesis.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
This is for your general information. Any research problem you take starts with a hypothesis. See, I am trying to move into a research. What are the possibility I may get a right answer is always a challenge. We cannot start any of the research just to say that 100% I am right, I am moving in a right track. So certainly each and every research needs a hypothesis. Your points are right. Hariharan sir, your points are right. Number one. Number two, one specific research alone may not be helpful to come up with a solution. So certainly multiple research domains have to work together. So as you suggested, I am not confined to say that 100% data analytics has helped out Malaysian Airlines to be predicted. But this is one of the approach which has been helped out. The maximum support they initially got from the satellite data, number one. So when you collect a satellite data, you can understand that from an image, you can convert it into a data, number one. Number two, The last known location, I think I showed in my slide, the last known, very known, well-known location which has been used for analytics, because they are in track with the radar. So when the radar is well tracked out, primarily they were able to understand the flight is moving, but when it is contact with the radar, so there is a possibility the flight could have fallen anywhere. Similarly, the altitude is one specific data. What was the wind location? Was there any storm? Was there any climatic changes over there? Was there any environmental impact over there, which might have led to a clash, or which might have led to let me say, the flight to delve into the Indian Ocean? Sir, in most of the airline accidents, actually what I have also made an analysis suggests that some airline accidents, very critical airline accidents, do happen due to the bird crash. I think you might have noticed that when a flight is coming down or lifting up, always the birds are in some location. They try to come in line with the movement of the flight, and this might have also lead to some accidents, which might have been well known.
It
Yeah.
was,
But in this particular case, it was at a high altitude.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Yeah, it was at a very high altitude. So like this, different features were being used for analysis.
Okay.
This is one particular case where the data analytics have helped out to find out the missing Malaysian airline. So that is the reason they say the fitness of measure was very, very strong, because they have used at least some hundreds and thousands of data which were being used for features. What could be the possible feature which could have led to this particular clash? So what could be the altitude and how it could have really fallen into this particular sea? Is my slide clear?
Sir, yes, sir. Yes, yes, sir.
Yeah. What could have been the height and how it could have fallen into delved into the sea, and how what could be the exact location where it might have landed into the sea, right? So all these analyses were based on the data calculation. So the data was so big, so I use the word big data, but you can generally consider to be as a data analytics work. Any queries,
Okay,
sir?
Okay, sir. That's because that's what every day we are.
Thank you. Thank
that's
you.
what, sir. Every day we are getting some practical questions on big data. What these people collect data from this? What
exactly.
these people collect this data from this? What they do with the data? That's what we should be started getting updated with the data's collection itself, not about the decision made, but
Exactly.
data,
Exactly.
actually, they collect data.
Yeah.
And mobile browsing history.
Correct, sir. Each and every second, as I told you some time back, each and every second we are giving some data.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Each and every second we are giving some data, right?
Okay, as you said.
Actually, in the last session, I was also talking about. Exactly, sir. Exactly, sir. So we can. How far?
Which said they simply changed the color of the wing, sir. The flight wing, actually, which gave them some less accidents.
Okay.
It was proved that these birds, changing the color of the wings would normally eliminate or eradicate the accidents made by
eliminate. Okay. Oh, great. Really so interesting, Hariharan, sir.
Thank you.
Read a lot about accidents and flight accidents.
Yes, sir. It's a bit bigger.
Very interesting.
We keep on reading, actually. We are unable to come into the data science field.
Okay.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Yeah. Sir, you are right, sir. Actually, to collect the data is actually the complex scenario.
Okay, sir. Okay.
But if you have a real understanding of the system, we can actually make a small suggestion. Actually, we have to work with some research institutes.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Where we can collect this data. In fact, for the customer churn analysis, we collected data from shopping malls.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Okay.
So few of my friends who were in, yes, sir, who were in the shopping malls, they helped me with some customer data.
Okay,
the
sir. Okay, sir.
past 10 years. So I started asking them why.
Like we are in
Yes,
academician,
sir.
we are unable to spend some time in the industry,
Yes, sir.
which has live data actually, live big data analysis.
Exactly,
Sir, give
sir.
us some chance if we have.
Exactly, sir.
We would utilize the opportunity to
Sure,
work
sir.
as a data scientist in the
Sure,
industry.
sure,
Thank
sure.
you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Sure, 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 sir. Sure, sir. Thank you. And for the crop yield, we got the data from ICRI, ICRA. So some of the real-time data gave us really an insight, actually, as you suggested. What are the troubles and what are the challenges people face in coming up with the decision making? So these are some of the, actually what I'm sharing with you is actually some of the insights only. Okay, we learned and what we shared and so on so. We can in fact tie up with some very good hospital sectors to collect the healthcare data. Similarly, from some when you send one of your student to as an internship to NAL, he'll collect a lot of data about real-time systems, or HAL to collect data about aeronautics and about helicopter and planes. So like this, when we extend our tie-up with other institutes, primarily with research institutes who have lot of data, that will be initially helping us to have an insight into data, and then we can have a tie-up with one of the scientists over there who can also help us in moving on into a better research. So actually that is the approach what we are doing. And let me say most of the things when we work with our students to an internship project or with research scientists, we come up with some good research papers. And that actually has helped us to improve our research expertise. Any more suggestions, sir?
Your wish, madam. Your
Sir,
wish.
Kumar sir?
Yes, sir. I am here.
Kumar sir, any suggestion? Yeah. So I'm planning to wind up my session.
Yes, sir. It's better, sir.
As I told you, a few challenges in
waiting.
the data mining, and a few challenges where we can take up big data or data analytics. Now industry 4.0 is coming in a big way. We can use data analytics for manufacturing sectors as well. As I told you, healthcare is again having a major domain. So these aspects we can actually focus more on related to data analytics. And yeah, I think we can, yeah, these are, as I told you, a research lab are highly helpful to come up with some suggestions. And actually I've just shared you my email ID, so we can try to explore more and how we can do it. At the last slide, I think I also have what VIT is doing in data analytics and what is the setup we are having. Just for a second, I'll just share that. So this is the setup and in VIT what we have. So initially these were all very simple tools which are being used. Now we have a let me say we could have a very good tie-up with Informatica. Informatica is very good in having a tie-up with most of the industries abroad as well as with academic institutes. So they are having a tie-up with VIT, and that is also helping us to move a lot related to research. So I think probably with a good slide of my good guru, right, Albert Einstein, who motivates us into research, I think I can end my talk. Any queries you can ask me.
Yes, please, participants, please, if you have any questions.
Yeah,
you can
sentiment
ask.
analysis. Yes, ma'am. We can, ma'am. I have shared my email ID. I'm again sharing it, so you can mail me up. We can find out how we can check on with the work.
Sir, next Supriya Mishra. Madam, please
Yeah.
unmute and ask.
Hello, good evening,
Yes,
sir.
madam.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you for
Good afternoon, ma'am.
share your informative information. It's very beneficial for me. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am.
Sir, I am doing my.
Ma'am, you are from Orissa or from Kolkata, ma'am?
No, sir, I am from UP. Currently, I am staying in
UP.
Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia.
Oh, okay. Very nice, ma'am. Please, ma'am.
Yeah.
Please, your query, ma'am.
Thank you so much, sir. Actually, sir, I am doing PhD in sentiment analysis, but I am very confused
Okay.
which kind of sentiment we are using and technology. Someone said R is good and Python is good, but I am very, very confused. Can you suggest me which technology I use?
Okay. Ma'am, yeah, your questions are really right. Actually, there are a lot of tools and methods which are available to carry out analysis. Ma'am, initially, when you look into any data, certainly you have to understand the data from a statistical end.
Okay, sir.
You have to understand the data from statistical end. So, where we use SPSS or SAS in olden days, now people are slowly moving into R. R is a good support to understand the data. See, actually, I always used to tell my students, the data should talk with us. When we look into the data should talk with us. It has to tell us what it is having. So, to understand the data and to actually to come up with a prediction how far your data is quality enough, there are very good tools from Informatica. And if you want to do some good, write some, yes, ma'am, Informatica. That will help you a lot on data quality and analysis. And if you want to write some good programs on soft computational algorithms and let me say swarm intelligence or improving the optimization algorithm, my suggestion is you can go for Python. Python is an open source, number one, and each and every day good number of researchers are working. So it is also improving in relation to the open source tools. Most of the open source tools are just you can plug in and you can use it, similar to PySpark or NumPy and so on. So you have a good number of tools which are available, which can help you in for analysis.
Okay.
So
Arun Kumar sir.
MATLAB is also good. As what Manit Bumrah has suggested, MATLAB is also good, but that's for initial understanding.
Okay. Thank you, sir. And one question is more. In a sentiment analysis, we have when I read all papers where speech recognition is mentioned for the future work. How to use the speech recognition when any customer, anything feedback by the voice? How to recognize the feedback in the word?
Ma'am, one simple suggestion. You are just giving a word, oh.
Yes, I read
Wow.
10 to 11 papers where future
Exactly.
work, yes, proposed future work is
emotions.
voice recognition, how to work in the voice recognition, how to feed, just kind of
ma'am.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am. Natural language processing do help a lot in that, ma'am. Natural language processing.
Yes.
As what Manit has also put out, sentimental analysis works a lot with emotion. As you told you, oh my goodness, that's a sentiment, right? Yeah. So you can employ in different languages. People use different words. Okay. For example, in Malayalam, that oh and wow may be different. And similarly, if you take an image of an expression, you say wow, very good, along with an expression. And let me say you have to certainly work on with the image processing along with the words. So certainly NLP has a lot of input on with sentimental analysis. Ma'am, as I told you, I have given you my email ID. Please mail to me. I can help you.
Okay, thank you so much, sir. Thank you so
ma'am.
much.
Thank you.
Good afternoon, sir.
Sir?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
My questions to Arun Kumar, sir.
Yes, sir. Anand, sir, please.
Yeah. Good afternoon, sir. Very nice session having the information on analytics. Sir, sir, if it is possible, can you explain for a couple of minutes in Beehive model how the maximum probability density function is used?
Okay. What probability? Probability density function?
Maximum probability density, the term you used
Okay.
in Beehive model. Can you
Yeah.
brief me
Yeah.
about me?
Sir, as I told you, there are a number of features which may be differing from a problem to problem. I talked about the crop yield prediction. So what are the chances which may improve my crop yield? That is where we look into probability. So let me say in a winter season, rainfall it may be let me say may or may not be good. But in the summer season for a particular crop, rainfall may be good because farmers do expect rainfall, and certainly instead of watering a crop, let me say there is some very good showers of rainfall in a summer season is very good. So if it is, let me say, a storm or a cyclone, we cannot call it as a rainfall. Certainly the probability in the density of getting a cyclone or the probability of getting a rainfall is different. Am I right, sir?
Yes,
So
sir. Yes.
let me say, I may say getting a rainfall in a summer season is very good. Assume that your crop is now in the flowering season. What will you say, sir? Is a rainfall good or bad?
In good.
All the flowers will be washed out. No, bad. All the flowers will be washed out.
Previous case is good.
Exactly. So the instances do differ based on your situation. So you have to certainly look into probability density function, and we have tried to apply different rules for this particular condition, which we employ into a beehive. As I told you, the honey from each and every flower will be quality will be different. So the bees do select different hive cells for storing this particular honey, right? So to maintain the quality of the honey, not quantity alone, quality of the honey. So they use different classification and clustering approaches, how to store, where to store, as I told, starting from setting up the beehive, which particular location, what should be the size of the hive, right? So that depends. And other than that, selecting the scout bees into this particular work, it does do also carry an important criteria. So this is also to be employed along with my problem.
Okay, sir.
Sir, Anand, sir?
Yeah, hearing you, sir.
So still like this, we can, yeah. So like this, we can use different problems for different studies. So in fact, ant use pheromone. Similarly, bees use not only the distance between the flower and flower source and the hive. They also use the phenomenon of pheromones, what we call as magarandam in Tamil. I don't know an exact word for that. So that gives you an aroma or the smell of that flower to predict out whether this particular flower honey is good or not.
Yeah.
So that is again a part of the feature selection.
Okay, sir.
Yes, sir.
Thank you
So
for your
even thank you, sir. Thank you. They also use when to let me say move away the hive. They also when to move away the hive, because that depends on the quality of the honey. It is really so interesting. You try to just jump into some papers, or you just share your email ID to me. I have shared my email ID. So you send a mail to me. I'll share you some of the good books and papers related to that.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for giving suggestion. Thank you, sir, for giving answers to my question. And this is to organizer Kumar sir.
Thank you, sir.
So I am unable to give my attendance because I don't know exactly. So please treat my attendance as present. If able to get that, I can do it, but the form is not so working for me. So please look into this matter. Thank you for everyone.
Sir, what is the
Sir,
problem?
Anand sir, you just send an email, sir.
Pardon, sir? Arun, sir?
No, sir. Just you can even send an email to sir.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Officially, that will also be.
Okay, okay. You can ask me, sir, in WhatsApp. I will send the link.
Oh,
If you want an email, I will send the link to email.
oh.
Okay.
Exactly. I don't know. Last 5 days, I could not single disturbance. I got not get it. But just now, I am facing a problem. Even though,
Okay.
thank you.
You-
It's not a problem.
Okay.
Attendance is not a problem. I was
Okay,
present
sir.
here physically. It's not a problem. But
Okay.
the system ended on only when the form is filled or
Yes,
not.
yes, sir.
The
Sometimes
system
device
data
will
allows
run.
only if it is available. But physically, it
Okay,
is
sir.
not. It's a
Okay,
big
sir.
problem for the data analytics also.
Right.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Okay, sir.
Right.
Thank you. Uh,
Right. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Arun Kumar, sir. Handle your two sessions very nicely and very interactively. And this is a lunch time, so people are.
Sir, Arun Kumar, sir.
Sir, I
Sir,
told
how are you, sir? Thank you.
Very nice presentation. Very wonderful presentation. And
Thanks, sir. Thanks a lot,
yeah,
bro.
one question is how
Thanks a lot, sir.
you can
Thank
be
you.
systematic and without tiredness, how you can present this much hours continuously.
Sir, because of good
Yeah.
audience. Because of good
Yeah.
audience.
So,
Yeah. Because in the interactions, what they keep on asking and making us to be active. Yeah. So I am thankful to you,
yeah.
sir.
So we are,
Thankful to
as
you
for the
and to Kumar,
audience,
sir.
you should understand that Ankuman Tangavel and our
Yeah.
department are closely related, and we are doing lot of research work and lot of collaborative work. And
Exactly.
he's the Professor Ankumar is not only whatever you are seeing here in this lecture, he is having more other expertise also. People has to
Thank you, sir.
people
Thank
has
you,
to
sir.
contact you if any type of such research problems or doubts are there. They can directly contact Professor
Sure,
Kumar.
sure.
And
Sure.
yeah.
Sure, sir. I'm always,
Then one in between one question came regarding the tools that they have to use for their research problems. I think I can add one sentence.
yeah,
These
yes, sir.
these
Please, sir.
programming
Please, sir.
languages and other tools that you use for research purpose are just like pen and pencils. And whatever you feel comfortable, you can use it. It is not at all a problem for research at all.
Ah,
Yeah.
yeah,
And especially
exactly.
yes,
All are open
if they are
sources.
having
Yeah.
familiarized with one particular field, for example, they are good in Python, they can use Python for their research. If they are good in MATLAB and they are having the access to use MATLAB, they can use MATLAB. And for sentiment analysis, especially if they are having NLP toolboxes, good NLP toolbox, they can rely on that. Only when they go as a end product, then they have to, for example, they want to embed it in a embedded device, then they have to think about converting that particular thing. Conversion is not also a problem now. There are cross compatibility also.
Problem.
Python
Correct.
code we can call in MATLAB, MATLAB code we can call in Python. It is not at all a problem. Similarly for R also, certain R programs you can directly run in MATLAB, MATLAB programs you can run in R. Like that, cross compatibility also coming. So people should not worry about in this stage, initial research stage, which tool or which software they want to use. Whatever they are comfortable, they can use it. And whenever the issue comes, they have to think about the cross compatibility and using those programs here. Any deep learning mechanism that is available can also be called from Python to MATLAB, and they can import it and they can do work on it. So those type of things are all there. So people should not worry about this pen and pencil, whether I should use green pen or whether I should red pen, whether I should use pencil. So don't worry about that. Your research concept and idea are more important than the underlying programming language. Only when you go to end product, then you have to think about that. But initially in the research, to find out a novel algorithm for sentiment analysis, programming language is not at all a barrier. I think Arun Kumar sir, this is okay, right? Yeah.
Yes, sir. Your answers are 100% right.
Yeah.
We should be making our hands as dirty as possible to learn.
So, sir, in future also we need your
true.
Yeah,
Only
in
then we'll
future
have a
also
better
we
learning.
need your support in collaboration, all that things. Yeah.
Sir, always
and even
for you,
this
sir.
VIT is going to be an international. They are going to be an international standard, I think. So they are still growing up. So we can get a lot
Yeah,
of support
sure.
from VIT as well as Arun Kumar
Yeah.
Thangavel. So we are, as part of our department,
Sure, sir. I'm always with all of
as
you,
part
sir.
of our department, our university.
Yeah.
I am thanking you, sir, very much for the wonderful participation and giving a 2-session talk, especially on this data science course.
Thanks a lot, sir. Thanks a lot, sir. Thanks a lot to all of you, sir, for giving me this opportunity and making me the let's making out the get together
Yes,
as a chance to learn together.
Yeah.
Thanks a
Thank
lot,
you,
sir.
Rajesh
Thanks a
sir.
lot,
Thank
sir.
you, Rajesh
Thanks a lot,
for
sir.
your valuable information. Now I invite Professor Mallikarjunappa, Department of Commerce, to deliver a vote of thanks.
Yeah. Good afternoon to you all. I think all of you are hungry, but even at the cost of your hunger, I'll take 1 or 2 minutes. I think by coincidence today, there was a madam who is present from Malaysia, Kuala Lumpur, and Professor Arun Kumar Tangavelu introduced the tragic incident on which the hypothesis is being developed on 8th March 2014.
Yeah.
You know, MH370 with 227 passengers and 12 crew members to reach Beijing, they could not reach their destination.
Yeah.
I think the big data analysis and these people have taken interest in that, as opposed to the hypothesis which is still being tested. 1995, the fatal area Atlantic, 329 passengers. There is no hypothesis because Sikh groups have claimed the responsibility. So that is a fact, but this is a hypothesis. I think Arun Kumar has beautifully introduced throughout his sessions how the big data analysis and various tools can be used for data analysis, data cleaning, and also for further analysis. So on behalf of the Central University of Kerala, AICTE, which has sponsored this event, that is Atal program, and also on behalf of the Department of Computer Science, I profusely thank Professor Arun Kumar Tangavelu for handling sessions and making the session beautiful by bringing in the natural insects like the bee. I think bees have been learning and we are trying to learn something from bees, and also the ants. Computer science has been using a lot of these algorithms to develop, and Professor Arun Kumar has beautifully put all these things beautifully and very succinctly put this. So very big thank you, sir, for all that which you have done. And as Professor Rajvesh and Professor Kumar has very clearly put it, we look forward for many more interesting sessions from Professor Arun Kumar. Thank you very much, sir. Just for one personal note, I have visited your VIT several times. I am member of doctoral committee, but these days I am reducing travel and therefore I have not been visiting. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you on behalf of the entire community. Yes. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks a lot, sir. Actually, I was able to make it out. The primary reason was all the members over there, the wonderful discussions and the wonderful interactions we had.
Yes, correct.
Yeah, made the session so lively, and I am thankful to each and every one of you, Mallikarjuna sir and Kumar sir, Rajesh sir, my good friend. And sir, when any one of you, sir, Mallikarjuna sir, when you're coming to VIT, please let me know. I'll take care of your work over there, task over there.
Yes, sir.
Thanks a lot, sir. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I was visiting management department.
Okay.
As on the doctoral committee.
Wonderful.
Yes.
Please come, sir. Thanks a lot, sir. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Yes, sir. Thank you,
Professor Mallikarjunappa, sir, for delivering a wonderful vote of thanks. Thank you, Arun Kumar, sir. Thank you very much for your support and for your delivered lectures. Okay, sir. Thank you. Dear participants, next session will start by 2:30. It is on balancing life. The title is Balancing Life. Is a soft skills training program by Bandana Rai, founder and the chief mentor at Ananya TEC Training, Education and Consultation Services, Noida. All of you please join back by 2:30. Okay. After that we'll have a valedictory session. Okay. Thank you all. We'll see back at 2:30.